Hello everyone, this is Jan and you are watching my daily indie game dev on Friday the 29th of March 2026. Maybe plug this in. I just woke up, it's like 1 in the afternoon. I had a long session late last night, but check out what the little guy can do now. First we go back into our cave. This is a serious nod to the inspiration behind this game, the original Legend of Zelda. Oh. I had this built quite some time ago, but I've brought it back into the game and I'm going to just steal this bow. Oh, and completely break this door. Okay, get out, get out. See, I still have to do the animations. I haven't even put those in place yet. Here you go, guys. This is a quick look at going into the main first cave that you see on the very first opening screen in my little indie game. And the ability to talk. And so now the next thing is I spent till like 4 a.m. last night figuring out where everything is located. I edited this HUD system that I had for the dialogue that came with the Defender project. And now the next thing is that I don't want to have a simple picture like I used to have, like pop up here and there. And I got rid of all the animations that I have because the way the system is set up, like the animation plays over and over again, like so vanishes and pops up, and I just found that very annoying. But I would like a nice animated profile picture of the player and then of the shopkeeper. His name is not going to be Mike, I think, for now. But that's next, and I think the way I've got it set up is I have to go into the level blueprint and then have the conversation trigger blueprints for those characters. So the profile pictures are going to be their own actors. So I can control their emotions a bit better. So they're not going to appear straight away when the conversation starts. They're going to appear after answering the first question, I think, something like that. Whatever is going to make it work. But first, let's hunt down some coffee, and I'll see you in the next bit. We are back in aseprite. I need a profile picture. I need something that I can manipulate, and so I can check how the pixel art will line up, the sizes and everything. So it needs to be something simple. This is my little character, the angry elf, and I made a new file. Let's save this as let's see, profile. Got the body right here. Let's see, which color did I pick it in? Let's get this all out of the way. Am I animating this here, everything, or am I animating this in Unreal Engine? Because if it's an Unreal Engine, the body is its own file, the head is its own file, and the expressions are their own files. And then I toggle them on and off in Unreal Engine accordingly. It's probably the most efficient, but we're just trying to gauge the size right now, so we'll just do it in this right now. Okay, back to this guy. Can I just drag. This is looking terrible. No, yes, no. Again, time is of the essence. I'm just doing this in our spare time, so we don't have a lot of time lapse shifts. And you see that? I get diagonal. Great. All right. Let's need a new frame of animation. So the trick is with view, select the pixel you want. It'll snap to the layer, all right? Change it up a bit. It's 300 milliseconds. Enter. Body. There we go. We are back. We are in. First, we're going to go to pixel art, characters, all this work. These are just textures. These go. Let's just sprite actions, apply paper 2D texture settings to make them crispy. Set. Let's just sprite actions, extract sprites, create sprites, create sprites. So now for my sanity, we need rename T underscore in front of it, push F2, yes I can. T underscore F2, T underscore. I did have a thought the other day about optimizing the camera system because it has like 500 rooms and 500s of this. And I thought of a simpler way, and I do think that simpler way would work, except that right now, the camera system is much more easier to understand when it's like this. You see all those rooms, but it's also easy to understand for the game. So if I drop the player at a distant location because I'm testing something, like I did with this cave system, because it get on startup, it registers that the player is in this room because of this room box. The camera will then jump to it. So if I think of a system where the camera will simply move a certain amount to the left or the right or up or down, so that I can optimize by taking out all these collision boxes, then that also means that I have to micromanage the camera moving over to a location when the player is not where he was, which right now is done for me. So everything comes with a cost. This was a lot of work to plug in, but it's very simple to understand and it works. Size plus simple animation, we did that. Create a blueprint or create this thought in my head like, oh, it's easy, I've done this before, because otherwise I'll just go into panic like, oh, I don't know how. Blueprint. Actor. Go full profile. I'm gonna hit save again. Just want to have something going as quickly as possible, keep everything as simple as possible. Here we go. We are now inside for the sake of you guys being able to follow along. Oh wait, it was not. So for now, it's just going to be one, I guess. Source flipbook, FP underscore. There he is. Yep. Now you always need to do the rotation 270. We did not set this to 4 frames per second. This is in the flipbook itself. You can see the individual frames right there. I don't know what everything means yet, but we don't have to know everything. Alrighty, so back to, so I'm having these thoughts of having the flipbook, this profile of the player and the guy you're talking to as like one big system. But for now, again, we're just trying to get something going as quickly as possible. So we're just going to drop it in a level, just for the sake of it, just to see how it looks and lines up. So here we go. We go here. We set a height of 3. I think we get the shadows as well, of course, which is kind of cool. I like how this is looking. All right, we have not a lot of time left today. So that's the room that I think this would be. The screen, no? All right, let's just hit play. See what happens. Okay,
exciting stuff, guys. This is where it's at. Wait, am I taking up too much space on your screen? Nope, let's just move off screen. All right. Okay. And why? We're just going to tweak it a little bit. How's that? It's pretty cool. I'm going to have to look at this side by side. Still doesn't want to take over the whole screen, does it? Again, the bar down below here, this dialog box, that's all part of the HUD. Apparently the HUD and flipbooks don't work nicely together, so it's recommended to use third-party plugins. I'm not going to for now. Let's just see what we can make and break ourselves. This is a good start. Kind of like the look of it. Pixel art looks fine. It's going to be a lot of work, of course, drawing and animating, but that is also a lot of fun work for later down the line. We just want to get the sizes right. So now for the shopkeeper, and then to make things appear when we want, where we want, and to make them reusable at other locations. How am I with the years, guys?